This project isn't just about the little white schoolhouse, or even Republicans for that matter. It makes entirely no difference to your political affiliation. Had my hometown been Baraboo, Wisconsin, for instance, my film could be about the birthplace of the circus. Although some of you, well, never mind. This film is about heritage and how important it is to preserve all who took part in it. Last week we told you that we would reveal a substantial clue towards our never-before-told story that will be revealed in our documentary film Unearthed, coming this fall. However, you're going to have to wait until then unless you're intuitive enough to figure it out before. So this week we start by sharing with you the very clue that piqued our interest and started this whole Ripon rabbit hole adventure to begin with. It was the summer of 1997. While researching local resources at Ripon Public Library for a private genealogy project, I came across this description in an old book on Ripon's history. We have found many pieces of iron tube, closely bound over with wire and coated with copper. These tubes are about half an inch in diameter, varying from a few inches to 3 feet in length, and have apparently been encased in red cedar wood, which is so decomposed that it crumbles to dust upon being exposed to the air. They are found a few feet below the surface. One, now in my possession, was found by Mr. Garrett H. Baker while plowing his garden very deeply. For what purpose they were used, when, and by whom, are questions which may furnish contemplation for the curious. So call me curious. Needless to say, I was fascinated by this. It appeared to me almost as a riddle, one that I most certainly had to solve. What were these iron tubes? Who used them? More important, as I reread the descriptive paragraph again, I heard Indiana Jones' theme song playing in my head. And just like Riponite Harrison Ford, my rabbit hole adventure had begun. In fact, Harry, as the girls knew him a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, devoted his life to acting in Ripon. Coming to school at Ripon College in 1960, he hustled money playing pool and was very active in extracurricular activities, all while losing interest in his philosophy major. However, his professor encouraged him to try acting, and Ford followed his advice and enrolled in a theater class during his last quarter. He wore a fake mustache, stuffed pillows in his shirt, and talcum powdered his head to give his character a salt-and-peppered, sophisticated look for his starring role in The Skin of Our Teeth in Ripon's Red Barn Theater, March of 1964. Incidentally, the historic theater was burned to the ground shortly after that year in May. This was the first place he ever set foot on a stage. Remnants of his student life and inspiration found in Ripon even worked its way into the box office hit Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Not truth. If it's truth you're interested in, Dr. Tyree's philosophy class is right down the hall.
Who at the time, Professor Tyree, was actually a real professor, still teaching at Ripon College, and the man who encouraged Ford to try acting. The list of celebrities who once lived in the tiny town doesn't stop there. Spencer Tracy and Al Jarreau also enjoyed campus life at Ripon College. But the one man who really brought Hollywood to Ripon was Ben Marcus of Marcus Theaters and Marcus Hotel and Resorts. The Marcus Corporation was founded on November 1st with the purchase of a single movie theater screen located in downtown Ripon Square in 1935, which remains with Marcus today as the first Marcus Theater ever, the Campus Cinema, and most certainly would have sat Ripon College student Harrison Ford in the very home of the corporation that years later would put him on millions of silver screens for years to come. You no doubt get a special feeling headed to the movie or leaving a box office hit at the Campus Cinema today, a special kind of Hollywood magic Marcus planted there that's been shared with Ripon's audiences for more than 83 years. Perhaps the only thing missing on that downtown square is Ripon's own starred version of a Walk of Fame. But what about those iron tubes we talked about? If you're as curious as we are, send us a message and tell us what you think they are. To learn more, visit riponrabbithole.com and be sure to subscribe for additional case files.